What's going on, everybody? My name is Lucky Buns, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a full breakdown plus meta-analysis for December Community Day in Pokemon Go. Now, as always, before we go ahead and get started, if you guys do end up enjoying this video, please make sure to smash that like button down below. I put a ton of time and effort into making this one, and I'd really appreciate it. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, this event is going to take place on December 18th and December 19th from 11 AM to 5 PM your local time on both days. Now, during the event, you're going to have a variety of bonuses that are going to be available. Incense and Lure modules are going to be 3 hours long, distance on your incubators are going to be cut in half, and then you're also going to get double experience and double Stardust from catching Pokemon. Now, following that, over the weekend, you're also going to get a 25% reduction on Stardust from trading Pokemon, and you're also going to get one extra special trade per day. This will take place from December 17th at 1 PM to December 19th at 11:59 PM. The next thing that I want to cover is that we're going to have a special timed research available over the weekend from December 18th at 11 AM to December 20th at 10 AM. I don't know the details of the timed research, but definitely make sure you get it done. Additionally, on top of that, we are also going to have field research available that are going to award Mega Energy. So basically, my recommendation when it comes down to these Mega Pokemon is that you want to be able to Mega Evolve them once, and then you get a reduction in the cost of Mega Energy that it's going to require to Mega Evolve. So for example, for Gengar, it's going to cost you 200 Mega Energy, but then once you Mega Evolve it, it's only going to cost you 40 Mega Energy from there on out. And you also get the ability to walk with your Mega Pokemon, or just, the Pokemon that you Mega Evolved, to actually get Mega Energy as well while you're walking. So I believe it's 5 energy for every 1 kilometer, but depending on if it's a 3 kilometer Pokemon or a 5 kilometer Pokemon, you're going to get the increments a little bit differently. But it is definitely something that I do recommend, especially if you don't already have these Mega Pokemon registered in your Mega Dex. Next up, let's talk about the Calm Day box, which is going to cost 1280 Pokecoins. This is going to give you 50 Ultra Balls, 6 Star Pieces, an Elite Fast TM, as well as an Elite Charge TM, and you're also going to have a separate box that is going to give you 30 Ultra Balls for free. So is the Calm Day box worth it? Definitely. If you have the Pokecoins, I would really recommend getting this because getting 2 Elite TMs from 1 box is a phenomenal deal. Most of the time when they do Calm Day boxes throughout the year, you only get 1 Elite TM, and that could be an Elite Fast TM or an Elite Charge TM. In this box, you actually get both of them. So unless you already have like a ton of Elite Fast TMs and a ton of Elite Charge TMs saved up, I would definitely recommend getting this box. So with that being said, let's go over all of the available Pokemon, starting with the ones from 2020, specifically from eggs as well as raids. So you're going to have Charmander, Weedle, Abra, Ghastly, Rhyhorn, Magikarp, Porygon, Elekid, Magby, Seedot, Piplup, and then you're also going to have Budew available, which is a 2021 Pokemon that evolves into Roselia and then Roserade. Now when it comes down to the wild spawns for the 2021 Pokemon, you're going to have these Pokemon available on each respective day. So on December 18th, you're going to have Machop, Roselia, Swablu, Gible, Snivy, and Fletchling. And then on December 19th, you're going to have Eevee, Duskull, Shinx, Tepig, and Oshawott. Basically, when it comes down to it, the day that I would focus on the most would be December 18th. Every single Pokemon that is going to be available is meta-relevant in either raids or PvP. Whereas you actually look at December 19th and you only have 2 Pokemon that are going to be meta-relevant in raids and PvP. Granted, one of those Pokemon is Eevee, so you do have a lot of options to go through, but still, the better day is going to be December 18th, so if you have time constraints and you can only pick one day to focus on, make sure that day is December 18th. Now following that, we have a lot of Pokemon to go over, and I'm going to be breaking down every single one of them in detail. So if you're looking for a very specific Pokemon, use the timestamps down below. So considering that we're going to have the 2021 Calm Day Pokemon available in the wild, I figure I should probably go over these ones first. So let's start off with our first January Calm Day Pokemon, which is going to be Machop, which evolves into Machamp to get the exclusive moveset Payback. So when it comes down to Payback, this isn't really the most recommended moveset. Honestly, it's really more of a spice pick if anything. The ideal moveset for Machamp when it comes down to PvP is going to be Counter, plus Rock Slide and Cross Chop. And then when it comes down to the raid/gym meta, it is going to be Counter plus Dynamic Punch. So really when it comes down to Machop during this event, I wouldn't focus so much on getting the evolution moveset, but rather I would focus on getting a bunch of candy, a ton of extra large candy, and then getting some good IV spreads for the raid/gym meta as well as for the Great League, the Ultra League, and the Master League. The Master League is going to be the same IV spreads as the raid/gym meta. The next Pokemon that we're going to talk about is going to be Roselia, which was the February 2021 Calm Day Pokemon. This is going to evolve into Roserade and actually has a double Calm Day moveset, the fast move Bullet Seed and the charge move Weather Ball. So when it comes down to the raid/gym meta, really you're going to want to focus in on Razor Leaf plus Grass Knot opposed to Bullet Seed. So Bullet Seed isn't actually going to be meta relevant for the raid/gym meta, but rather is going to be more focused in on PvP. but specifically for the Great League. So when it comes down to the Ultra League, you're going to want to actually have Poison Jab instead. With that being said though, I would still try to get one for Ultra League with Bullet Seed and just keep it on the sidelines, like don't actually build it, because maybe one day that might actually change from Poison Jab to Bullet Seed as a recommendation. But as of right now, when it comes down to the Ultra League, Poison Jab is going to be the go-to, mainly just due to the current meta. So that really only applies for Bullet Seed. When it comes down to Weather Ball, you're going to be able to use that in the Great League as well as the Ultra League pretty much the same way. It is a super spammy move, and honestly, Roserade is kind of a beast. So basically when it comes down to Roserade, you want to evolve it with its PvP movesets during Calm Day, but if you want to evolve it for the Raid/Gym meta, just use it to get some good IV spreads and then evolve them after Calm Day to avoid having to use additional charge TMs and fast TMs. So for March 2021, we had the featured Pokemon as Fletchling, which unfortunately doesn't have the same viability as a Roserade and Machamp when it comes down to both the Raid/Gym meta as well as PvP. This Pokemon is mainly just focused in on PvP for both the Great League as well as the Ultra League. Although for the Ultra League, you're going to want to actually have the Hundo, so it does actually make it kind of fun to hunt in the wild, because you do need the extra large candy too. So yeah, this is definitely a grindy Pokemon, but Talonflame in the Open Ultra League is by far one of the best Pokemon to use with Incinerate and Flame Charge, and then also Brave Bird as well. The next Pokemon is going to be Snivy, which evolves into Superior to get the exclusive moveset Frenzy Plant. You definitely have better options out there, like Venusaur is by far one of the best recommendations, even if you have to use that Elite Charge TM, because it does have Sludge Bomb as well. Superior is okay, like it's definitely not a bad option to use in the Great League, so if you end up getting a decent IV spread, I would evolve it for the Great League. It is recommended for the Ultra League, but really I don't see it too often, so I wouldn't actually focus in on getting one for the Ultra League. Just focus on a Great League spread and you should be okay. Looking at our next Pokemon, we're going to have Swablu next, which evolves into Altaria to get the exclusive moveset Moonblast. So really you could either go Moonblast or Dragon Pulse. I don't find that it actually helps all that much because the main focus for Altaria is going to be Sky Attack with Dragon Breath as the fast move. So I would just use it as an opportunity to get some good IV spreads, or sorry, a good IV spread for the Great League. You could also use it in the Ultra League as the Hundo, but really I don't see that one too commonly used as well. Now the next Pokemon is going to be one of my top recommendations, and by far, oh my god, this was such a banger of a Calm Day, like easily the most hyped up one that we've had all year. That is going to be Gible, which evolves into Garchomp to get the exclusive moveset Earth Power. So when it comes down to Garchomp, this is going to be the top of the ground type meta. Definitely make sure to get a team of 6 at least level 30. And then additionally on top of that, Garchomp as a dragon type attacker with Dragon Tail and Outrage is phenomenal. So of course you don't have to evolve it during the Calm Day hours to get Outrage, but use this as an opportunity to get a ton of candy, extra large candy, and some really good IV spreads, like some really high IV spreads. So basically by the end of this, you want to come out with at least 12 Garchomp, 6 for the ground type meta with Earth Power, and then 6 for the dragon type meta, which you can evolve at a later date. Just make sure that you get those good IV spreads right now during this event. Now following Gible, we had a very lackluster Calm Day, which is going to be Tepig, which evolves into Emboar with Blast Burn. Just skip this one, it's really not good in anything. After that though, we did actually have a pretty decent Calm Day, which is going to be Eevee once again. Now I definitely understand some people had complaints that are more veteran players, but honestly I thought this was a fun Calm Day. If you want to get a bunch of the different shiny evolutions, you can do that. Most of them aren't really that meta relevant, so we're not going to cover them, but the two that I would focus on in terms of meta relevance would be Umbreon, which gets the exclusive Calm Day moveset Psychic, which isn't the most recommended, right? Like Last Resort has been proven to be the better move most of the time, which is also an exclusive moveset from the first Eevee Calm Day, so you're gonna have to use an Elite Charge TM to get that moveset, but regardless, use this as an opportunity, like, you know, with the other Pokemon, to get a good PvP IV spread for the Great League, and then you want to get the Hundo for the Ultra League. And both times, Last Resort is going to be Superior. In very niche scenarios are you going to actually use Psychic. And then following that, the other evolution that is going to be a solid recommendation is going to be Sylveon, and the exclusive Calm Day moveset is going to be Psyshock. Now unfortunately for the Raid/Gym meta, Togekiss and Gardevoir both outclass this Pokemon, but if you end up getting the Hundo and you build one for the Master League, well, you could actually use that for the Raid/Gym meta as well if you don't already have 6 Gardevoir and 6 Togekiss. I mean, like, combined together. Like, you don't need to have 6 of each, just like 6 for your fairy type lineup. Now, there is actually one more evolution I would like to go over right now, and that is going to be Glaceon for the Raid/Gym meta. So this is mainly going to be focused in as an ice type attacker. I mean, it is a Glaceon after all. If you don't have 6 Mamoswine, this is an excellent budget type attacker to invest in, especially because you can get good IVs during this Calm Day. Now, unfortunately, the other evolutions really just aren't meta relevant relevant in the Raid/Gym meta or for PvP, so we're just going to skip past them. Alright, so the next Pokemon is going to be Oshawott, which evolves into Samurott with Hydro Cannon. So this Pokemon is actually decent for the Raid/Gym meta, like if you don't already have a team of 6 for Water-type Pokemon. Not a bad option right there. It is actually better than Empoleon 2, which is another one of our previous 2020 picks. This Pokemon does have play in the Great League, it does have play in the Ultra League. It's definitely not as good as Empoleon, but it is decent. So if you want to build one, then by all means, you definitely have the opportunity to do so. And then finally, the last two Pokemon are going to be Duskull, which evolves into Dusknoir with the Sinnoh Stone, and then Shinx, which evolves into Luxray, and neither of these Pokemon are good. So that is basically going to cover all the 2021 Calm Day Pokemon that are going to be available via Wild Spawns. Now let's actually take a look back at the 2020 Pokemon that are going to be available via eggs as well as raids. So I'm just going to say this right now because I feel like it's going to get redundant after a while. For these Pokemon, if you plan to hunt them during the event, it's not going to work well when it comes down to PvP because you want to have low attack, high defense, and high stamina. And the floor for raids as well as eggs is going to be 10, 10, 10. So when it comes down to it, really the only ones that you can actually focus on are going to be for the Raid/Gym meta. With that being said though, hopefully some of you have been watching my videos for the past year because I've gone over plenty of these Pokemon in my breakdown videos, and I've told you specifically to save them for December Calm Day. So with that disclaimer out of the way, let's go and talk about some of these Pokemon now. So the first one is going to be on January 2020, and that is going to be Piplup, which evolves into Empoleon. When it comes down to the Raid/Gym meta, honestly Empoleon isn't a terrible option, but again, we just talked about Samurott a little bit earlier, and that Pokemon is going to be much better than Empoleon. I mean, not like much better, but like a slight bit better, so I would just focus in on that one to get for the Raid/Gym meta opposed to Empoleon, but again, Empoleon's main focus is going to be the Great League as well as the Ultra League. The next Pokemon we're going to talk about is going to be from February 2020, and that's going to be Rhyhorn, which evolves into Rhyperior with the Sinnoh Stone to get the exclusive moveset Rock Wrecker. So the cool thing about Rhyperior is that you can actually use it as either a Rock-type Pokemon or a Ground-type Pokemon. We're mainly going to focus in on the Rock-type moveset here though, which actually makes it a top Pokemon in the Rock-type meta. I actually believe it is one of the top Pokemon outside of Mega Pokemon. So getting a team of 6 Rhyperior with Rock Wrecker is definitely going to be the move, one of my highest recommendations by far. Additionally, Rhyperior also has some meta relevance in the Master League, so you kind of get some dual functionality there as well. Now when it comes down to the Ground-type moveset, I'm not really going to recommend this one too much because you already have Garchomp available with Earth Power, and that's going to be significantly better. The next Pokemon really isn't all that great, and that's going to be Abra, which evolves into Alakazam to get the exclusive moveset Counter. This Pokemon is not meta relevant in raids, it is not meta relevant in PvP. Just skip this one entirely, there is literally nothing to focus in on here. Following that though, we do have Seedot, which evolves into Shiftry to get the exclusive moveset Bullet Seed. The main focus here is going to be Great League and Ultra League, not so much raids. Following that, Weedle, which evolves into Beedrill, is going to have the same thing happen to it as well. Main focus is going to be Great League to get the exclusive moveset Drill Run. The only viability when it comes down to Beedrill is going to be Great League because when it comes down to the Mega Form, you're not actually going to need to use Drill Run. You're going to want to use either a double Poison type moveset or a double Bug type moveset. Following that, our next Pokemon is going to be Ghastly, which evolves into Gengar to get the exclusive moveset Shadow Punch. This is mainly a PvP moveset because when it comes down to the Raid/Gym meta, you're going to want to have Shadow Ball instead, and even for the Mega Form, it's the same thing. Shadow Punch is nice, like it does hit pretty consistently, but Shadow Ball just deals so much more damage. We definitely had back-to-back bangers of Calm Days during 2020 because the next Pokemon is going to be Magikarp, which is going to evolve into Gyarados to get the exclusive moveset Aqua Tail. This Pokemon has meta relevance in the Great League, the Ultra League, and the Master League. Unfortunately though, for the Raid/Gym meta, Aqua Tail isn't going to be the most ideal. You're going to want to use Hydro Pump for the Water-type moveset, and then Bite and Crunch for the Dark-type moveset in its Mega Form. The next Pokemon is going to be Porygon, which is actually a pretty cool Calm Day because I love the shiny on this Pokemon. This is going to evolve into Porygon Z in its final evolution. You're going to need an upgrade as well as a Sinnoh Stone to get this done. This is more of a spice pick in the Great League and the Ultra League, so if you have some IV spreads that you've been saving, you could evolve it, but really it's not too much of a focus during this event. Following that though, we do have another repeat Calm Day, and that is going to be Charmander, which evolves into Charizard to get the exclusive fast move Dragon Breath. So really the only functionality when it comes down to Charizard with Dragon Breath is going to be in PvP once again. You can kind of sense a theme here in terms of Calm Days. Most of them are PvP relevant Pokemon because Niantic is really trying to push PvP for the World Championships and whatnot. With Dragon Breath, it's not going to have too much meta relevance even as a Mega Form, so you have a lot of other options out there that are much better. On top of that though, even if you do get Dragon Breath, you're gonna have to use an Elite Charge TM to get Blast Burn on this Pokemon. So kind of have to decide if that is worth it to you. I think for the Shadow with a good IV spread for PvP, it is definitely worth it. But outside of that, I don't know, more or less, I guess you could say. So when it comes down to this Pokemon, I would really just focus in on the Ultra League PvP IV spread. That is going to be where you're probably going to see it used the most, especially in the Premier Cup. The next Pokemon is going to be Electabuzz, which evolves into Electivire, and this is going to get the exclusive moveset Flamethrower. A very niche pick. I mean, like, Electivire is actually a solid Pokemon to use in the Raid/Gym meta with Wild Charge, but not Flamethrower, so I mean, again, like, you could definitely try to get it from eggs or from raids with good IV spreads, and you can end up using that one for your raid/gym meta lineup for the electric type Pokemon. But really with Flamethrower, like, it has some niche use in the Master League Premier Cup. I did see it used a few times. It does have some viability, but it's not going to be recommended. The next Pokemon is definitely a complete pass in my opinion. That's going to be Magmar into Magmortar with Thunderbolt. I don't think I've ever seen this Pokemon being used seriously outside of just a super spice pick, so just skip this one entirely. So we just went through a ton of different Pokemon right now, and I'm sure some of you guys want a quick list in terms of the most high priority Pokemon to focus on. So let's go through everything right now in terms of the Raid/Gym meta, and then we'll cover the PvP Pokemon. So for 2020, your main focus is going to be Rhyhorn to evolve into Rhyperior with the Sinnoh Stone to get Rock Wrecker. Easily the best Pokemon from 2020. Everything else is decently good, but Rhyperior is definitely going to be my best recommendation. For 2021, you have a few Pokemon here. Not all of them are going to require their exclusive Calm Day movesets, but rather use this opportunity to farm good IVs in the wild and get a ton of candy, specifically on Machop to Machamp and Roselia to Roserade. Once again, for Roserade, you're going to need a Sinnoh Stone as well. So for Roserade, the best moveset for Raid/Gyms is going to be Razor Leaf plus Grass Knot, and then for Machamp, you're going to want to have Counter plus Dynamic Punch. And then finally, you're going to have Gible, which evolves into Garchomp to get the exclusive moveset Earth Power. So you want to evolve at least 6 of these during the event, and then you also want to save a few of them to evolve after the event and then get Outrage instead for a Dragon type lineup. You're ideally going to want to come out with at least 12 Garchomp, 6 with Earth Power, and 6 with Outrage. So when it comes down to PvP, we definitely have a lot more options here. Starting with 2020, we have Piplup to Empoleon to get Hydro Cannon, Great League and Ultra League going to be the main focus, Gastly to Gengar to get Shadow Punch, again Great League and Ultra League, Magikarp to Gyarados with Aqua Tail, Great League, Ultra League, and Master League, Charizard with Dragon Breath, which is going to be a fast move, and I would also recommend trying to get the Shadow with Dragon Breath as well. This is going to be really good in the Ultra League. And then you have Weedle, which evolves into Beedrill, which is going to get Drill Run. Main focus is going to be Great League, and then for Seedot is going to evolve into Shiftry, and your focus is going to be in the Great League as well as the Ultra League, but mainly just the Great League. Now for 2021, you're going to have Machop, which evolves into Machamp. Once again, Payback, not really the recommended moveset here. Just try to get some good IV spreads during this event. Roselia to Roserade, this time it's actually a bit more complicated. So for the Great League, you do want to actually have Bullet Seed plus Weather Ball, but for the Ultra League, you don't actually need Bullet Seed, you just want to focus in on Weather Ball. Fletchling, which evolves in Talonflame, main focus is going to be in the Great League as well as the Ultra League. For the Ultra League, you're going to want to get the Hundo. Swablu, which evolves into Altaria. Again, main focus is going to be just the Great League. And then finally, Eevee, which evolves into Umbreon to get Psychic as the exclusive Calm Day moveset, but I would actually use an Elite Charge TM to get Last Resort instead. It is infinitely more viable. So with that being said, that's pretty much going to cover everything in this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below, and in case you guys want some more additional tips and tricks, check out these videos right here. But before you go, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you all real soon in the next one.